This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield and his better half, Marnie Winfield.
Corey, this is Karen Arnold with probation. It's about 10 to 3, and I need you to give me a call back, let's say by tomorrow, 5 o'clock. I will also send you an email. Thank you.
She couldn't have redid that. I don't know. It's kind of like where we're doing this podcast. We already did it once. Unfortunately, some technical difficulties. Because we're talking about wanting to look up some stats, and we were talking about stats and people podcasts, where they're listening from. And so I pulled up the Spreaker, and it paused everything, and we didn't know. We were just having a good little show. It was pretty good show. You and I heard it. It was good.
I was there.
Should have been there for it. It was money, man. We were talking so much recovery and.
Who are you again?
Yeah, Corey Winfield.
Oh, okay. I'm Marnie Winfield.
1st of July, 2021, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. So we had a lot of practice at what we just did. I can probably name the states if you want to run down those again. You can guess them. The top 10 states. Do you remember number 10? Song you hate.
Georgia.
Yes. Number 9, football.
Minnesota.
College football. Alabama. Then...
Pennsylvania.
Nope, a state we lived in.
Texas.
Texas is in at number 7, I guess that was. Then number 6 is a state I don't ever want to talk bad about. You were thinking I was going to say that's a state I never want to go to. I said Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, New Jersey.
The answer I was looking for. Then above that, listening wise, of course, these are from 10 to 1. Amish.
Pennsylvania.
Yes. We love them. Then there was number, whatever I'm at, Virginia. Yeah, Virginia has always been high. A lot of people listen in Virginia, and I want to give them a shout out. So, what's up, Virginia?
We're giving everybody shout outs.
Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it. Then, I believe I skipped over some, but we're at number 2 now with the state you kind of liked. You thought was pretty, but you're not sure you could live
California.
there. California is in at number 2. And I want to give shout outs to all of our people in San Jose.
San Jose Alano Club.
What up? Had a good time. Thanks for making us feel welcome. They had a cool little club, though.
Yeah, they did.
I really love the microphone.
Yeah, it's just because it was a microphone.
And the stage. They had a stage and a microphone. My 2 favorite things at places like that. It was awesome.
I loved it when they called you up there and they're like, Corey, why don't you, or whoever it was that was on the floor kind of volunteered you. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, well, the meeting's already over, but since you want me to go up there, give me that microphone.
Yeah.
Running up there. Said some stuff. That was pretty cool, I guess. People liked it. So, but yeah, that was the guy who chaired the first meeting we went to the day before. And I raised my hand, said I'm from out of town, which you did not raise your hand. But I was like, yeah, I'm from out of town. So they're like, let's get the out-of-towners up here. And I'm okay, let's do it. And I guess he liked what I said that day. So even though the meeting was over, like, Corey, get up there. You got something to tell us, don't you? I'm like, yeah. So it was fun. That was a lot quicker than the first time we did it.
because like remembered the answers.
Yeah, top countries, there was a tie. We're going to do top 5, but then since there was a tie for 6, I was like, well, let's do 6 and 7. So that was France and Germany tied at 6. And then number 5 was the country that we'll come back to. What one did I do?
Russia.
Russia. Was it Russia? Yeah, because I was talking about my family lives there.
And then UK.
Oh, no, it was UK, then Russia. Yeah. Then Canada was in there. Number 2, though, was India.
Yeah.
And then number 1 in our hearts is America. And that's where I got off because I was doing hold on, let me rephrase that sentence. It's not where I got off. But that's where I started talking about number 1 in our hearts. And I started talking about the radio stuff and being fired. Mm-hmm. And this guy I used to work with, well, sort of. Anyway, he got fired from the radio station when I first started. And the guy, Phil Becker, told me to never, ever do the stuff that guy was doing. That if I ever thought about doing it, to remember this conversation and never do it again. But the guy would seriously, it would be like old time radio, but he wasn't even that old. But he'd be, yeah, it's Miko here. His name was Scott Miko, but he'd just go by his last name. Hey, it's Miko, rocking in the air chair, flipping hot stacks of wax, keeping you up all night. Like, oh, okay, keeping you up all night. I'm like, but that's something a woman would say, it right? Doesn't matter, bro. It's radio. But anyway, he got fired, so we called the hotline to let us know, and we recorded it, or Phil did, and it was funny because we used to play it all the time. I got canned. I was like, hey, it's Miko. Like, yeah, he didn't need to even say that because his voice was so like, somebody just punched me right in my throat. I got canned. I'm like, oh my God. All right, bro, we heard. I was like, I know, that's why I'm here doing overnights. Whatever you did, rocking in the air chair, man. Like, thanks for doing that.
On the air. He missed being on the air, apparently. Yeah. So get to call in this old show. That's sad.
Oh, that's funny. I should do that sometime. Just kidding. But then that led us to a list of jobs. I came up with a list of the worst jobs for me personally, and we in our earlier podcast that we've already completed, but no one else will ever hear
because Corey didn't press the button,
and the button was pressed. It's just when I pulled up the tracking thing, it stopped it. Anywho, so we went into this conversation about how you didn't remember us even talking about this morning, but then you do remember us talking about it. So let's just get right into the list. Number 5. 5 worst jobs, in my opinion. Number 5 would be a baker.
And why would that be?
Well, first of all, you got to get up early. You got to go bake donuts and bread. Those things are bad for you.
I bet you that job is on a ton of people's. If you could pick any job, what would it be?
I want to be a baker.
Yeah.
Maybe because Cake Boss, but I don't know. How much do they make even? Is it a lot?
I guess it probably just depends. I mean, I don't know. Like, you think about people that work at just like your local bakery and stuff. They're bakers, technically, but they're not raking it in, I'm sure.
But do they ever look happy?
Well, where I grew up in Saline, we had one bakery, Benny's Bakery. It's still there now, I do believe. They had the best pretzels. They made pretzels, soft pretzels on Saturdays. Oh, my God. They were so delicious. We would get them before soccer every Saturday. We'd go get them. But you had to get there early. Anyhow, everything was all like, everything. Why are you laughing?
Because you said that.
Why?
It's like a commercial for them.
Okay.
Get there early.
Anyway, everything was like, you know how there's donuts that have that, like, just like Krispy Kreme, like fake old, like preservative.
I don't know what you're talking. Are you talking about good donuts or bad donuts?
I'm talking about bad. Those are bad. Good donuts don't taste like that at all.
Like fluffy and
fluffy and like fresh and delicious.
Let's talk about other things.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm just having and then like the custard filled ones was like actual like good, not like that weird like Crisco freaking yuck.
Back when I ate donuts, I used to hate when I would get a Long John and I would bite into it and there's nothing. You know, I'm like, what the hell, did I get the wrong one? And then like halfway through, you finally get a load of it in your mouth, you know?
That baker should have got canned.
I got canned. I didn't put
the
the
proportionate amount of cream in each Bismarck.
Corey said he didn't get a load of cream in his mouth when he took his first bite. Got canned.
We audited the bakery donut.
This is 6 inches long. I'm used to that. But what I'm not used to is the first bite being 3 inches in and no cream.
That's definitely right up.
Usually when I get 3 inches in my mouth, I want cream, you know? It's at least,
Jesus.
I know, right?
Okay. What's number 4?
Number 4, speaking of that kind of stuff I was just talking about. Number 4, be a porn star. No. Because, I don't know, maybe I'm just too picky with it. A lot of people would probably say, Corey, no, you're not. But I am.
Do they get like 401ks and stuff? No.
No, because they rich. At least some of them. But then, you know, I would watch interviews with them and stuff, and they would talk about how, oh, no, I got a normal life. I got a husband. And how do you have a husband? Oh, it's just sex. You know, it's fine. Yeah, is that love? I don't know. I don't know. And just working with all kinds of different nasty ass people, like, because you know, like, imagine if you had to like bang all your coworkers, you'd be like, oh hell no. No, you have to. That's what you're getting paid to do. No, I don't want to do that. I don't even like her or him. Sometimes they'll switch it up on you. Heard about that in those interviews too. And it's like, well, I'm already here. Pays twice as much. Just pretend it's mine. I was like, oh my God, hell no, I couldn't do that. So porn star number 4. Probably should have been up higher, but it can't be because number 3, working at a fish market.
Yeah, couldn't do it. Can you imagine going in like first thing in the morning?
I got canned. Honey, you just started.
I wouldn't make it.
Well, I threw all the fish away. I thought it was rotten. It smelled bad. It smelled like fish. So I threw it all away. I fired my ass.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like fish when it's cooked correctly and it's like after it's been, but I cannot stand the smell. Ugh, yuck.
Work in Seattle where they throw the fish at each other or whatever the hell.
Even in California, you didn't like the smell of the sea. Like it smells like fish.
Too many porn stars. Sorry. That was kind of funny. Number 2 on my list. A lot of people don't think about this, but I do. Number 2, drug smuggler. Yeah, because sometimes you have to put the drugs in places that probably shouldn't go.
And that's the only reason why you wouldn't want to be a drug smuggler.
Well, it would be uncomfortable.
Right, but I mean, all the other, if it wasn't that, then you would
I watched some interviews with some drug smugglers, and they were talking about how, like, they'll put a balloon somewhere, and it would pop, and then, like, people would die sometimes.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Like, could you imagine?
Drug mule, right?
Kind of, but no. I guess, yeah, that falls under the category. But could you imagine, though, like, going to get your shipment or whatever, and they're like, no, you got to put this up there. And you're like, all right, I'm not going to do that. And they go, yes, you are, man. Put it up there. Okay. And then you're like driving, and all of a sudden you hear or feel or both hear and feel a pop. You thought it was a shart, which was funny because the first time I said I was going to shart the list, and that was the shout out list. So maybe we can redo that, but it was funny. But yeah, you think it's a shart, and next thing you know, and so you got to drive to the hospital, and maybe you're in a country that you don't even know, it's drug smuggling life. They just send you places, and you want to get it out of your butt immediately. So like you go in there to the hospital, no habla Espanol or wherever you're at. And you're just pointing at your butt and they're looking at you and they're trying to treat you for like hemorrhoids or something, or see if you got anal warts, and you're dying because you got these drugs inside of you. And then your family has to tell everybody else how you died. Oh, Uncle
you put
Julio.
way too much thought into this.
Uncle Julio, well, he got caught up in some bad shit. Like literally, like it got into his feces and then it
let's just say,
and that's why he died, because it really wasn't the drugs that killed him. It was the
okay. Let's just say number one.
The explosion of number one. Number one. Back in my high school days, probably, sure. You know, maybe younger. I probably said I wanted to be this. In college, I could see people going, yeah, man, that's cool, bro. Real cool, bro. You're going to be a gynecologist. Yeah, it's a cool job, bro. No, it's not.
Right.
Not at all.
I mean, they're medical doctors.
Yeah, but that's just not. That's not.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
No, look around at the store next time and just imagine like you're a doctor and that every woman in there has to come to you. And you got to check out the stuff. I don't know. First of all, for me, it'd be weird. It'd be awkward. Mm-hmm. But it's like going to the nude beach, you know, like you don't want to see all that stuff sometimes.
You know what show I really liked? And it's old and it's based about what we're talking about.
MacGyver.
No. Oh. It was on and it was really entertaining.
Little House on the Prairie.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe.
Oh.
I watched that a lot. That's a good show.
Right.
They had crazy stuff on there. Mm-hmm. But then I'd be all judgmental. I'd be like, see, that's not that bad. When it was like semi-tolerable.
Yeah, that's number one.
What about a mortician?
My list.
Like who's like a little kid and it's like, I want to be a mortician when I grow up.
Are you going to run down your list then?
I don't have one. I didn't.
Mortician would be on that or no?
I would never. And there's so many things I wouldn't do. But I'm just saying that mortician is.
You want to name a couple more?
Well, you know, there's ones that I know, like I would never be able to be a truck driver or any sort of like where I have to sit in a car all day long.
No?
I couldn't do it. I mean, it's just, There's not enough mixtapes in the world that would get me through.
It's hard to stay awake sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I drive people to treatment and stuff.
Long drives like put me to sleep. It's like white noise. Except for you're in a functional vehicle.
Yeah, you see a lot of I've been seeing a lot of fires. Like cars on fire lately.
You have?
It's on the off ramp usually. That was a big RV today that was just It's like
just overheated engines?
No, it was on fire.
Like a flame?
Yeah. You know, it's not funny. I'm not laughing at it. It's just, it was kind of funny. But yeah, I think everybody lived in that because, I mean, everybody was out and they were trying to put it out with some stuff. But yeah. Yeah, so okay, truck driver, and you said mortician. Mm-hmm. Any others popped to your mind?
It's the same thing along truck driver. I couldn't be like a pilot or anything like that. Airline attendant.
Yeah, that would suck.
I
know some people do that, but I think they make decent money. Mm-hmm. But yeah. What about a wrestler?
I would never want to be a wrestler.
All right.
I don't know. I can't. I mean, that was just off the top of my head. Maybe I'll add to it.
Well, I'm proud of you. Let's get into Thursday night shoutouts, which we actually did in the first podcast at the very, very beginning of the show, but we'll get into it right now. Mm-hmm. All right. Gonna shart.
He slipped and said that earlier in our first version of this podcast.
I straight up did. I was like, instead of saying start, obviously, because it was gonna start with Sean, so it's like shart with Sean. I don't know, but then you're like, oh no, he could edit this, but he's not going to.
Yeah.
I was like, nope.
I'm like, just so you know, everybody, he has full capabilities of editing that, but he won't.
It was way funnier the first time we did it.
It was.
So yeah, Sean will shart with him. Lance, big props to Lance. Lance donated to us, which was awesome.
Thanks, Lance.
And Lance, hopefully you got my video. I sent Lance the first video I've ever. Well, I mean, I've sent people videos, but like the first 217 kind of video with some stuff. And I don't know. I think I like it. I'm glad there's a 14-day trial because I think it's something that we could use, but I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm not sold on it yet. So, yeah, Lance, you were the very first. Congratulations. Shout out to David, to Todd, to Big Mike, and to Shane D. Plus, the Recovery Guy podcast and Break the Chain podcast, which worldwide. And those guys have reached out to us maybe like a year ago, and they live in New Zealand. And that's when we started talking about where people listen from and stuff like that. And
right.
it's kind of segue right into it, but
nice.
This time we did it backwards. So,
all right. Let's see. I'm going to shout out to Carrie Posey, who's a big listener. She texted me today and said she was listening to podcasts back in like 2020. And she said they're funny and helpful. So that was a nice compliment. Shout out to her.
Carrie.
Yeah. And shout out to Megan. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Jen. Angela. Luke. Our moms.
And I forgot one.
What?
Shout out to Nathan's house in Boyne City.
All right.
Yeah.
Heard they got a gift in the mail. Mm-hmm. From Compliments of 217 Recovery podcast.
Yeah.
What was that gift?
Are you done with your shout outs? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I'm done.
The gift was a shower scrubber. Electric. You charge it up, you take it off the charger, and you clean your shower. $30. And I wrote a note on there too, and the owner Jason, he called me and was like, "Man, that is the best gift we've ever gotten, man." He's like, "That's so cool." And the note too, it just said something about, do good in your recovery and you'll be able to have shit like this one day, because it was $30. But in my active addiction, man, I wasn't thinking about buying pants. I wasn't thinking about anything except, well, I gotta make sure I have enough money in there and make sure this lasts until payday. So I always could have enough money to buy a half gallon if I needed, Definitely not something to clean my shower, something to make my life easier,
Or cleaner.
Yeah, it's just little things like that. And I think everybody should have one. If you don't have one, go buy one. I mean, it saves so much time. And if you buy a good one, they work pretty well. And as long as you stay on top of it, then you don't need to be down there with your hands and knees scrubbing and all that. No. Like I heard some people or read some people's reviews and they're like, doesn't clean off all the rust. I'm like, well, maybe you get the rust gone and then don't let it build up, maybe. I don't know. Just saying. Just saying.
And if you're lucky enough, like I am, then your husband uses it.
I'm saying I used to get in there with my hands and scrub it, but I don't have to do that no more. Because I'm sober and I can buy shit like that.
Right.
So Nathan's house, big shout out to you guys. And I heard the house is good right now. At least one of them. He has 2 houses. And if you want more info on that, actually we have a link on our website, 217recovery.com. Go to Sober Living, and you'll read a little bit about Nathan's house. Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, I was in there. I was cleaning them showers.
The old-fashioned way?
Yep. 18 dudes at one time. It's not how many.
In the dark with no electricity or heat. Up hills both ways.
No. But yes, it was. Your shower is much more pleasant to clean. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, too. I look back to the sober living days, and when I'm cleaning your shower, I thank God that I don't have to clean up for 18 dudes anymore.
Right.
You know, I'm like, oh, her shower's so much nicer to clean.
Mm-hmm.
And she
I love my
appreciates
shower.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's like the largest shower I've ever had, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, like, from personal shower. Yeah.
How's the... Because they got you the raindrop thing, sort of. Is that... Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah, there's some stuff I had to do, like take that other thing off of the back of your shower. Anyway, we'll do shower talk on Saturday.
Okay.
How about that?
Shower talk.
Shower talk Saturday. That's where we'll start. we'll start with it on Saturday. Yeah. So I took a couple dudes today to home from treatment, sort of, and they were long rides, really. It was tough. I mean, it was a long day for me, and I couldn't sleep last night because I'm thinking about 80,000 different things right now. And thankfully, the guy this morning fell asleep. Just we started up talking. I'm like, all right, here we go, because everybody's different. Everybody has a different story. Everybody wants to hear different things from me, well, what did you do? How do you do? What's your story? What's going on? And I try not to tell it the same every time, but I mean, it's the same story. So it is pretty much. And I don't know. I was just glad though, when he decided to kind of zonk out, because it was just like, okay.
Sometimes obviously it's what people need sometimes,
Turn the brain off for a minute.
Right.
Yeah. And then the way back with the other ride, cool dude. I hope these guys both make it, I really hope that they can get this good life going and realize that it is possible for them. It really is. And I really hope that everybody can kind of pull it together one day, but it takes what it takes. And don't beat yourself up. If you relapse or whatever, don't beat yourself. There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Just like I said, there's that last time I drank, I'm thankful I drank. As crazy as that may sound, because I wouldn't have went back to jail. I wouldn't have been sent up here. I wouldn't be doing this podcast right now. 217 recovery wouldn't even exist.
Right.
But because I drank that last time, all this is possible. So you can take some good out of it eventually. And when you look back, today though, with the guys, I just was talking about being positive. You can hit the ground running and not look back, just keep moving forward. What are you going to do today? What are you going to do tomorrow? You're going to get a job. What are you going to do then? Okay, that's cool. Just keep it moving forward, man. And the next thing you know, you've added a bunch of days in a row.
I think another thing too is when you're having conversations with people in early recovery, especially when they're headed into a new environment or, facing new challenges, and there's apprehension and anxiety and all that stuff. It's like there's this weird balance that you need to kind of find it's like a combination of, obviously you want to say you want to be optimistic because, you want to be encouraging and, hopeful and all that stuff. And you don't want to be pessimistic. It's like you need to be, but you want to be realistic, because you come out with this sugar-coated BS that's like everything's going to be super easy and perfect and wonderful. And, you set the stage for prepare yourself. Like it's going to be hard work, but it's so worth it. It's so, so worth it. And that's the message I think that's the most important is don't get discouraged. Don't give up. Prepare yourself because the world is angry and mean and out to get you sometimes,
Sometimes they don't start out how you want it to.
Right, exactly. But you don't want to scare them either.
It depends on what because if you like, and that's one of the first things I usually ask the people if I'm taking them to treatment. Like, is this your first time going to treatment? Is this your first time going to this place? You know, I kind of let them know and about the places that I'm familiar with, and you know, it's a different approach, really. Like the guy today, and I was telling him, I was like, not every day is going to be good, man. And I told him earlier this week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember what day, but I was on one, man. I was just kind of like I was today. I was just, and I don't know why. And you come home and and you're just over there trying to make me dinner. You know, like you were being sweet. And I'm like, honey, I have no idea why I'm like this.
Oh, you were like freaking claws out. And
I know. And I'm just like, here you are being sweet. And here I am just like, over, I don't even know. And and I woke up that way. And it was so irritating to me. But you'll have days like that. I didn't drink over it. But I did, you know, when I realized I was being like kind of an ass to you, I was just like, well, hold on here. Like, I'm sorry. I'm being an ass. But at least I came to some, like, I can feel that way. That's fine. But I shouldn't make other people, you know, try to feel the same. I don't know. It was.
Yeah, I just think it's funny because it's how you handle situation. And it's fine. I mean, it's you. It's what you do. But it's like, you still can continue being an asshole.
Yeah, I was still being that.
Like, you don't stop. You're not like, I'm going to just switch it up and be sweet now. You're just like, I'm sorry, I'm being an a-hole. And then you just stay being an a-hole because you're like, I already admitted that, I was being one, and I'm in a mood.
Yeah, I think that's part of AA, you know, admit when you're wrong or something like that. But
yeah, but you don't gotta like stay in the moment.
Well, I don't know how to get out of it.
You were just riding that wave, just like. Well, I already just told her I was not in the best of moods.
No, I wasn't thinking, I'll just tell her this and then I'll be forgiven. But I didn't know how to get out of it. Like I said, I woke up that way, and and I don't like to feel that way. I have no idea what was wrong with me or what was going on.
I should give you like timeout or something. Like, how just we just do the silent for the next.
I don't know. That was weird. And then today I was just so tired, and I don't know what was going on. And then I had to deal with more crap, which at least I dealt with it. It's over now. I don't ever have to deal with it again. And that, if you listen to the last podcast, I was talking about making a decision or something I had to do, and I did it today. And I felt I did it right. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I kind of walked away from the situation, and that's the best thing I could do for me. There's a lot of drama situation. I don't really need any drama, not anymore.
Right.
I don't need that. So I just kind of remove myself from the situation. And it's one of those things where, what can you do about it? Like, I can feed into the frenzy. Oh yeah, but I don't want to.
Right.
I mean, it was just the stuff that is just, I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable with the stuff, and I just felt it was best that I controlled what I wanted to do and how I wanted to feel, and I didn't want to be a part of it anymore. So I just kind of was like bowed out, and so yeah, that's what I can control. So that felt good, but not really, because it took effort and time that I didn't really want to spend.
I think overall, though, that it was good that you took care of it and just made the decision. Yeah,
I think so too. And there's a lot of stuff going on with 217 now, and a lot of things that we want to move forward with, and we're so excited about it. And it's a lot of work, but that's cool, man. That's what I want. That's a challenge. And, you know, if we can help other people out there and just, we're not going to change the system tomorrow, but I think I have some pretty good ideas, and I know a lot of smart people with other brilliant ideas. So, you know, coming together like that is just awesome. And, you know, you'll see at Recovery Zone in Papaw on the 24th of this month, it's 3 weeks away, that you'll start talking with people and you'll just be like, oh my God, like, let's do it. And these people are like, for real. Because how many times have you talked to somebody like, yeah, we should do that, man? Week later,
nothing happens.
Nothing.
Right.
And there's a lot of people, though, in recovery, like myself, that's like, wow, this newfound awesomeness, like, I'm going to do it, you know? And you realize you don't know what you're doing, but then you learn how to do it, and you work your way through it. And then you realize, wow, okay, that wasn't as hard as I thought. Just like if I asked you to build a house today, you'd be like, oh, what? But if you read and do some research and maybe get an internship or whatever, take some classes, I don't know, you could build a house one day.
Yeah. Well, another way that you could look at that, though, too, is if you were building a house and you want it to be a really good, solid, awesome house, and you know, like, I'm not a good carpenter or I'm not a good tile person. I mean, you know, you find, like, you recognize the skill set that other people have to make your house amazing.
Well, see, a lot of times those people will see you building it and go, hey, man, I can help you out with that. I'll lay some tile. Okay, sure. You're a better tile layer than me.
Yeah.
But you can still try to tile it.
Or the people that are like, no, I can tile. I YouTubed it. And then it just looks like crap.
Well, hey, you got to start somewhere. You know, that's how we learn as humans is by trying things.
Oh, no, for sure.
You know, so, yeah. I kind of want to build a house now. It'd be a little house for Nico.
Aw.
A cat. Yeah, she'd like that. Well, that's all we have for round 2 of the podcast tonight. I'm sorry that you couldn't hear the first one, but thanks for listening anyway. 217 Recovery app. Get it from the App Store, all that jazz. T-shirts. A lot of them going out.
Lots of T-shirts.
217recovery.com if you want to win one of those. Just sign up, see what happens. And we got to sit down and talk about the fall line because we have some hoodies that are coming out that are pretty badass. I'm not even lying.
Yeah, we're gonna probably do just I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, they're on it's coming, but I don't know. We'll tease it up and do some stuff, and we'll let you know when you can actually start purchasing them. But
I got a lot of hoodies, and so I know like which ones are gonna be. We're figuring out which style and quality and what have you. So it's the best bang for your buck, but good quality stuff. So
and they look cool as hell.
Look super cool.
I'm proud of them. Yeah, the fall line. Wait for that. It's coming out soon, than you think. Much love, and we'll talk to you on Saturday.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the 217 Recovery Podcast. Listen on the 217 Recovery app. Download the app and rate us in your app store.